How's it going today, internet? How have you guys been? It's been a hot minute since I've said that, and for good reason. You know, it's 2020, if you were watching this in the future, and 2020, if you weren't here to experience it, I don't know how they're gonna talk about it in history and stuff. It's just a year that I think broke a lot of people. It's a year that's just y'all know, right? If you're watching this right now, you know. But I wanted to kind of pop in and just say hey, what's up, world? I have not quit YouTube, contrary to popular belief, which is just my mom who thinks I quit. In honesty, I've just gotten super busy at work. I haven't had the time to sit down, but I wanted to set aside time and sit down and talk to you guys about a topic that is very near and dear to my heart, and that is National Coming Out Day, which is actually this Sunday, which is October 11th. So with that being said, oh yeah, to explain where I'm at and stuff, I'm not a podcaster. I don't have a podcast or anything. I have a setup like this. I set this all up for work. I do this for work now. I get paid for it at my company that I work for, and I'm just super grateful for that they give me money to just be silly and be on camera. So anyways, I had it all set up for work, and I finished filming that video, and now I'm you know what? I need to just do a little pop-in, check-in, and give you guys some advice. Because as you know, I'm a very qualified adult now, which means I am qualified enough to give advice on the internet. I mean, I see James Charles and those people giving advice, and I'm if they can do it, I think I can. Okay, so if you don't know what National Coming Out Day is, it is a day that is set aside for people in the LGBTQIA+ community, for them to choose if they want to come out. It's just it's a holiday. They have the opportunity. It's not required. If you don't feel comfortable coming out yet, don't do it. Obviously, don't let anybody tell you that you need to come out either. Take your time, do it. Just because it's a holiday doesn't mean you need to, do it on that day. And the great thing about this day is that it's not just for people in the LGBTQIA+ community. It's also for allies. It's a great day to realize that you might have somebody come to you and come out to you. If you're an ally to anybody in that community and you want to lend an ear, that's pretty much all that National Coming Out Day is for, right? So it's just for you to be there, for you to be understanding, just listen to their story, listen to their coming out, and be that supportive friend. I'm sure that you love your friend. I'm sure that you love your family members. So if anybody does come out to you on National Coming Out Day, honestly, you should feel a little bit grateful that they trust you and that they chose you to come out to. So keep that in mind if you're an ally. Before I came out as pansexual, which if you don't know what that is or about that whole situation, that is what my last video is on from a year ago. So it's very easy to find. But I actually, I explained in that video, I've known my entire life that I wasn't 100% straight and 100% gay. I think there are very few people in the world who truly are, but that's just my own personal opinion. But before I even came out to the public or whatever, I actually had a few people come out to me and tell me that they were gay or bisexual or trans. And I think it's just because, they choose someone who they trust. And I think I've always been somebody who, I didn't share those secrets. I didn't share that information. And I still know somebody who came out to me who is still not out of the closet, 10 years later. So, and I fully plan on keeping that promise to them that I'm just an ear for them, right? For them to speak to me. And I wish that person the best. And I hope that they are living their best life. And maybe one day, maybe not. Maybe they'll choose to be 100% honest with the rest of the world. But I am certainly not in a place to push them to do that. Neither should you. That is something important to remember. You might think that you're being encouraging and that you are doing the right thing by helping somebody become their true version or whoever they are, but it doesn't really come off that way, and it's a lot more, it's just hurtful a lot of times when you try to push somebody into coming out. So try to refrain from that. My story personally of what made me decide to come out is probably different from you guys, because we should all have different stories. We're different people with different lives, but I'll share it with you guys so you can choose if that's what you want to do. I'm also going to give you guys some other tips and tricks on ways to come out during a pandemic. First of all, you need to get a little bit creative. You can't just have a dinner party and have 50 people over and be ding, 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 ding. That's a champagne glass. You can't do that, right? So you got to get creative. Me personally, I wanted to do it in a way where it made it seem like it wasn't a big deal, because to me personally, and I still believe this to this day, it's not a big deal. It's such it's a part of me, but it's not me, right? So I didn't want to make a massive big deal about it. So I literally just, all of my friends, family, my mom, my dad, everybody, they all found out online at the same time because I made a Facebook post, and I was send that bitch. And then I literally got on a plane a minute later. So it was just kind of it was a refreshing way to be let's get it over with kind of thing, because it didn't mean that much to me. But I fully understand that to some people, it's going to be very important, and you're going to want to sit down and you're going to want to have a very serious moment. That is not me as a person. I'm not serious ever in any aspect of my life. So this was no different for me, just because I was like, I came to terms with it. I'm like, I came out to like, you know, God or whoever is bigger than us. Like, we cool. Like we're all right. So for me, it was just much more like, I just had this bit of information that I needed to relay along to my friends and family who might have questions when they see me start posting with my new boyfriend, which is, I was lucky enough to have somebody who kind of let me feel like, you know what? Now's the right time. It was just such a green light to be like, all right, now I should come out because it makes sense. I never felt that way before. Maybe you do though. And that's, again, we're all different. So maybe you feel that way now. You certainly do not need to find love or find the one to make you come out, right? That's not, I don't think that people should wait until they find true love or whatever to come out. I think that you should maybe be honest with your friends and family first, and then maybe love will find you faster. Who knows? What do I know? That's just my experience. And to this day, I feel like there are still family members and friends who kind of resent the way that I came out, which is like totally uncalled for, first of all, because like it's my coming out option, story, whatever you want to call it. It is my journey. I'm going to call the shots. I'm going to do what I want to do. And if it hurts you in some way that I didn't, you know, sit down and have like a big dinner with you and like write you a poem or something, and you're hurt by that I just threw you into everybody else and was like, Facebook post. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's a you problem. That is not a me problem. Personally, for me, it was not a big enough deal to do that. So if you're one of those people who feel butthurt about the way that I came out, I'm not sorry. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. With that being said, this decision is your own and you should decide what to do. Don't let other people influence you. Like, don't let your boyfriend or your girlfriend or whoever you are with at the time tell you how you should come out or if you should come out or when you should come out. It is up to you. Don't let family members tell you that. It's your decision, okay? So I want to get that out of the way because National Coming Out Day is a fantastic day to come out, but if you are not ready, don't do it. So I decided to put together 3 ways that you can come out to your family and friends on National Coming Out Day if you so choose to. And number 1 is, of course, because I'm a little biased, come out over the internet. Do it. Get it done with. Send a tweet. I mean, like, why do we need to put so much time and effort into it, right? Like, straight people don't have this problem. Straight people don't sit down. They're like, when am I gonna tell my mom that I like the opposite sex? You know, nobody sits down. No straight person sits down and thinks that way. So I feel like it's like a burden, honestly, a little bit on the LGBTQIA+ community because it's like, why? Like, why does it have to be such a big deal? So that's my first recommendation, over the internet. It's also very fitting because of the pandemic. Yeah, you probably don't want to be around a lot of people, so just like use that as an excuse if you want to, and just make a little posty post and be like, what up, world? This is a real me. Deal with it. And then just delete the app like I did. Like, get over it. Be like, y'all can process this. I already processed it. I'm not gonna hold your hand through this experience. Just do it. That's number 1, over the internet. Number 2, try coming out to just one person at first. Maybe this is more your style. Maybe you are a little bit more one-on-one, personal. You like that face-to-face with somebody. Do it. Like, invite that one person over for brunch if it's safe, or go out for brunch if it's safe. I can't stress that enough. Wear masks, you know, I don't know. Invite them for a walk in the park. Invite them over for a movie night. Like, do something personal with that person. It could be a friend, it could be a family member. Just like plan an event where you're going to have an extended period of time when you're just sitting with that person face to face conversing about life. You should be able to find a natural time in that conversation to bring it up, but just make it casual, but come out to one person at first. Make sure it's somebody who you trust, who loves you and will support you. And then that should make it a little bit easier to come out to the next person, the next person, the next person. Something sidebar, like something nobody told me was that when you do come out, it's not just like a one and done kind of thing. Apparently, like, you have to continue coming out your entire life, especially if like, I don't know, especially if people have like things in their mind of like what someone should sound like or look like or act like, and maybe it's not super obvious. Like, you may have to come out a lot. So be prepared for that, but don't let that scare you into not coming out, obviously. So that's number 2, pick a person, one person, sit down, make it personal and private. If you can't find somebody who's supportive, like, find somebody on the internet who is supportive. Like, there are so many options out there. So like, try it out. If just to get your feet wet, if that's more your style. And then number 3, this one takes a little bit more planning, but it's a lot more fanfare and some people like that. So I personally, I didn't do this one, but I do like fanfare, right? I like to make a big deal out of myself. Who doesn't? I guess like a lot of people don't, but I like to host events at my house. I like to have dinner parties. I like to like host Thanksgiving or Christmas or have a movie night at my house. I enjoy doing those things where I'm like the hub and like everybody gathers around me and it's like, all right, this is cool. This feels great. Since we're in a pandemic, this might be more virtual, but here's my idea. Have or host a virtual Zoom dinner party. Sit down all your friends via Zoom, create a big room, invite family if you want, invite whoever you want. Just create a dinner party over Zoom. Y'all are making your own thing. Maybe you pick like one dish to make and you all make the same dish and then like you eat it all together. And then when you're hosting events like this, fun adult tip, because I'm an adult now, fun fact, you should always like have a moment where you say something, ding, 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 ding. That's a champagne glass that evening. So whether it's just like thanking everybody for joining you or just like expressing thankfulness for having those friends and whatever, have a moment, right? Have that moment and use that moment to your advantage to come out. And again, only invite people who are going to support you and love you, that you're pretty much guaranteed that you'll know how they'll react. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I mean, I guess you could invite like your family members who are like super religious and like conservative. That would be kind of funny, actually. Like if you do that, like let me know, like invite me. I want to be there, but like maybe just make sure that you're safe. Yeah, that's like the main goal, right? Make sure you're safe, make sure like you're not being hurt. But there it is though. There are 3 easy ways to come out during the pandemic this Sunday for National Coming Out Day. And again, if you're not ready, don't do it. There's no rush, man. You do it. Okay. Best of luck to everybody who is going to come out this Sunday. I'm rooting for you. There are a lot of people rooting for you. You are loved. You are appreciated. Even if it doesn't seem like it, you are. But best of luck, and I'll see you guys in the next one.